These are important elements and important factors to be able to live a healthy and balanced life. The year when pandemic happens, I didn't know it was a burnout process until way later. So in that moment, I feel that I just don't have the energy to deal with a lot of things. I feel like I am drained out. I feel like I don't have the capacity to do many things. So if there's additional tasks or additional responsibility, I just feel to run away from it. I feel that I just cannot cope with it. Sometimes I feel to isolate myself, to be hide a corner and not connecting to anyone. I just feel like I just don't have enough to deal with what is in my daily life. I feel that is an important signs of feeling burnout. And apart from that, I actually went through quite a depressing time because remembering around 3 months during that time, I was crying to sleep at night without knowing why. And then I also woke up in tears. That was like so weird for me. It has never occurred to me in all my past years. And when I woke up reflecting on my situations in life, I realized I don't have financial issues, I don't have relationship issues, I don't have family issues, I don't have like any issues in my life, but I just felt so depressed at that moment of time. And it feels like something is missing in my life. So only after 3 months, I had a dream that I wrote a letter in my dream to my mentor. And in that dream, I have written it down. Why am I so unhappy? So all the little things that I was unhappy about, like it was as simple as spending time with my family, spending some time with my loved one, doing some of my hobby, just putting down those certain responsibilities and so that I can enjoy my lifestyle, being more carefree. Then I started realizing in my whole journey of serving and helping people, I was never in the equation of I was not in the equation of serving myself. It was always about serving others, whether it's my family members or my loved ones or my clients or my staff force or my colleagues, my peers, my partners. Then I was never in the context, or in the serving formula. So I was like not honoring myself. I was not honoring my time, honoring the need of my soul, the need of what Sky really, really wants. And even then, after I realized that, the tearing, the crying out inside my heart stops, I would say like after 3 months. And then I started embarking on a journey to rediscover myself, to reprioritize what is important to me. So I actually stepped down as a managing director of my company. I started a new journey of discovery, about myself. And it was so tough because working more than 10 years like a workaholic, it has been a great struggle to slow down because first I felt really useless, for not doing things that are efficient, not doing things that are like bringing impact or significance because most of the time I would just spend my days resting, meditating, reflecting, and healing my body because I was also going through my health issues at that moment of time. So the first thing that really, really suffocates me was that feeling of not good enough and feeling guilty as well for leaving my team at this critical time during pandemic. And all this mixture of feeling just pushed me wanting to give up prioritizing myself and go back to the old way of doing things so that I can step in again actively, running a company, helping my team. But then my energy just feels like I don't have enough. If I were to step in, I can feel that I'm going to cry again. I'm going to be depressed again. I'm not going to have enough energy for myself, not talking about just running a business, but I don't have enough energy for anything else in my life. I feel like I'm going to be so unhappy if I were to die on the day. I'm going to regret my life. So I remember at that time because I was going through my health issues, and there was a night that was a very difficult moment because I remember that my soul was like asking me whether, are you happy? Sky, are you happy? I was like so depressed because I felt like I was not happy. I was not being myself. Although I'm serving everyone else, I'm helping everyone else around me. Everyone else was so happy, they transformed. But I feel like I'm not taking care of myself. I'm not prioritizing myself. So by going through that whole journey of discovering this missing puzzle inside me of reprioritizing myself again in my life, although it was guilty when I started the journey, although it challenges myself with and made me feel like worthless at that moment of time, but I tell myself I cannot be repeating the same cycle for another 10 more years. I tell myself that I am going to make a change no matter how hard it is. So people may misunderstand, even my team may misunderstand, but I feel that it's important to do it differently. So I started the journey to rediscover my priority in life again. Why am I doing what I am doing in every aspect of my life? Then I started realizing that, hey, sometimes by going so fast in the last 10 years, building a business, and sometimes you don't see many small little things in your life that you deem insignificant at that moment of time. And then when I started slowing down, recovering, recuperating my energy, my health, then I started seeing a different aspect of life. I feel like the yin and the yang cycle. So I see that when I was running a business in the last 10 years, is like a yang cycle. Everything was so active, so overwhelming. It's about driving success, driving a team, driving performance. And then when I started slowing down again, I started seeing it feels like a yin cycle where you slow down, when you reflect, when you start to heal, when you start to see things from a slow-mo perspective. And then I started learning differently. I started realizing differently that there are beauties in the process of very aggressive. There is also beauty and learning in the process of resting and reflecting. So I feel this entire process, it feels like completing a full circle in my life. In the sense that the first 10 years I was just running so fast, and after that, pandemic started. My health issues started setting in. Then I started going through a reflective journey, reprioritizing myself journey, and with that, I became so much clearer. Why am I doing what I am doing? For example, I always see that life purpose is about something that is like serving humanity or serving others. Then that was my belief system in the first 10 years. Then after that, the 3-4 years of healing myself, I started realizing that life purpose is not just one big goal out there, one big dream out there. It feels to me right now, life purpose is about really living the purpose of your everyday life. And every day you have different purposes, and every moment you have also different purposes. There will be purpose for you to rest, there'll be moments for you to be with your family and not thinking about work. There'll be moments for you to exercise and start taking care of your health. There'll be moments where you are strategizing, planning your business. So life is not just one faceted. So I feel that living a purposeful life is no longer about fulfilling one big dream of serving humanity. I feel that it's also about knowing who you are, what roles you are playing, and what's the need of your soul, your mind, and your emotions at that moment of time. Every day you will have different needs. And by fulfilling that, basically you are fulfilling different purposes of yours, leading to maybe one big purpose, of serving humanity. All these are important elements and important factors to be able to live a healthy and balanced life.